Shares of AMD are surging following incredible earnings and signs of growing confidence about the AI build-out, including the agentics and how much CPU they need. Joining us now exclusively, AMD Chair and CEO Lisa Su. Lisa, I would be wrong and remiss not to start by saying congratulations on an amazing quarter and an even better forecast.
Thank you, Jim. It's great to be here with you guys.
Okay, so Lisa, you kind of jaws dropped when you talked about what you said November would be for CPUs versus now. I think I just need you to say it to people because I was astonished when I heard it on the call.
Well, first of all, Jim, we had a great start of the year. It's really an exciting time for AI. And I think I've been on this program a few times, Jim, and I've told you guys that we are at the very early innings of AI. And you always ask me, like, what does that mean? What does early innings mean? And I think what we can say now for sure is we are seeing that inflection point in the market where, large enterprises are really starting to benefit that AI can really bring to their businesses. And you're seeing the adoption rate really increase. And what that means is you need a lot of compute. And we're always very excited to be here to talk about our accelerator roadmap and the large market that's available there. But what we're also seeing is that you need a lot of CPU compute, which is really the place where we have such a strong portfolio. So you've heard about agents. I can say agents are really driving tremendous demand in the overall AI adoption cycle, and we're very excited to be in the middle of it.
Well, let's talk about the cycle, because one of the things that happened that you mentioned is that we had thought the CPU to GPU ratio, 1 to 4, 1 to 8, is closer 1 to 1. Can you tell people what that means in terms of the sheer number of CPUs that we need now when we have agents and we have the data center?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jim, think about it this way. When we're using AI, every time we use AI, we're asking it questions and it's returning answers for us. But now, with the power of the new models, we can actually have these agents where each of us could have, 2 or 3 or even 5 or 10 agents. And those agents are doing work on behalf of, all of our employees and each of us. And what that means is you need more CPU compute as well, which is the general purpose processing around that. So, you mentioned we are always watching this market. We're constantly talking to our customers, constantly looking at new workloads. And as recently as last year, in November, we thought the CPU TAM was going to be, let's call it, growing at about 18 to 20%, which, by the way, was a much higher number than people previously thought. And now what we're seeing is, we think that rate is doubling, and we're seeing that the CPU market may be over $120 billion by the time we get to 2030, growing at over 35%. And it just tells you how much AI is actually doing. So from my standpoint, I think it's really a validation of everything that we believed. But what's happening is the usefulness, the utility of AI is actually increasing at even a faster pace than we originally thought 6 months ago.